This is an adult, spicy and steamy fantasy romance retelling of the Nutcracker fairy tale. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to give you some of my favorite holiday books, or like books that I also didn't read yet and I want to get to, that you can read during the holidays. These are among the funniest books that you could ever read, and I love holiday books because they are always so hilarious and the romance is like wholesome and very sweet. So yeah, let's start with the first recommendation. It is a book that was released October of last year. It's called Holiday Romance. Very straightforward, by Catherine Walsh. This is a totally hilarious and unforgettable Christmas rom-com. In this book we follow Molly and Andrew. They are just trying to get home to Ireland for the holidays. I think they are catching a flight from Chicago to Ireland when a big snowstorm grounds their flight. Nothing romantic has ever happened between them, and they are just friends, and they have always been friends, and that is all. But once a year for the last 10 years, they spend the time of the flight together, flying home for the holidays. Molly isn't that bothered by Christmas, but Andrew is a full-on fanatic for the festive season, and she knows how much getting back to Ireland means to him. So instead of doing the same thing and just celebrating the holidays together in America, she vows to get him home and in time for his mom's famous Christmas dinner. The clock is ticking, but Molly always has a plan, and her plan for this includes like highly specific combination of like taxis and planes and boats and trains that must all run on time for them to make it. But the universe might just have another plan for them. This is one of the cutest and funniest rom-coms you will ever read, and the chemistry between our main characters was just a chef's kiss, and that's why I highly recommend checking this book out. The second book is called One Sweet Holiday by Lucy Day. This has just released at the beginning of November. It is a sweet holiday rom-com between a small-town sweetheart and her mysterious new neighbor. So in this book we follow Gwen, and Gwen is a perfectionist, and since her sister is getting married, she's determined to make her wedding flawless. But there is one problem: she does not have a boyfriend, and since her last breakup with him, everyone in town knows that she's terrible at men, or like she does not understand men, or she cannot handle them. So she really needs a plus one, even a fake one. And it's when Logan enters, our mysterious new neighbor. He's the perfect guy for the job. He's gorgeous and charming, and he's also a hot Scottish millionaire. And he's totally out of Gwen's league. And that's why she chose him, because in her head, there is no risk of falling into a relationship with him, or the risk is less than a zero, right? And of course not, because that's why we are reading this book. The author's note says, if you like sweet, closed-door romantic comedies with plenty of sizzling chemistry and laugh-out-loud banter, then this book is for you. It is also a series, but each book can be read as a standalone, and this book sounds perfect for me. The third book that I want to recommend is called Cabin Mate. It is a fake dating holiday rom-com. We follow Brooks and Molly, who have been friends since their freshman year at MIT and quickly became best friends. As their friendship flourished, so did Brooks' feelings for Molly, although he cleverly downplayed it by flirting with others. Also, Molly was in a serious relationship with another person. So we fast forward to the present day. Brooks still has his feelings toward Molly, who is still his best friend, but additionally his business partner. Something happens and Molly ends her long-term relationship with Todd only a few weeks before she's supposed to be the maid of honor at her sister's wedding during the holiday season. Now she needs a date, and fast. And on the other side we have Brooks, who lost a bet to his brother, and now he's on a woman ban for 4 months and 1 month is left. But when Molly asks him, he cannot say no, and he just hopes that his brother never finds out. But when they end up having to share a room at her family's cabin, the line between real and fake becomes very blurry and very tempting. The story has the sweetest pining and secretive love notes, and as it transitions into the fake dating arrangements, it becomes hilarious. I highly recommend this one. The fourth recommendation is a book that a lot of people are excited for. It is called "'Tis the Season for Revenge." It is an adult holiday romantic comedy. We follow Abby, who has been dating Richard for 4 years and thought that he would be the one, and she was trying so hard to fit the mold that he had made for her, until he breaks up with her because she's just not serious enough for him. It's just what he thinks of her, and he tells her that she was just fun. And now that Richard is becoming a partner at his law firm, he needs to focus more on his work. So Abby, of course, got really angry. She lost like 4 years of her life, so she formulates her plan for revenge with her friends. And what she decides to do to make him regret leaving her is to go after his boss. So Abby starts dating the founding partner of Richard's law firm, Damien, with one thing in mind. She wants to convince him to invite her to the huge annual Christmas party as his date. And their story develops from there. This is a contemporary adult, grumpy sunshine, age gap, Christmas rom-com. It is supposed to be funny, spicy, and sweet, and I really want to get to this one. Next up is the Mistletoe Motive. It's a holiday novella by Chloe Lays. She's the author of the Bergman Brothers series. In this book, we follow Jonathan and Gabriella, who work at the same bookstore. Jonathan loathes the holidays and Gabriella loves them. She's full of festive cheer, and the only thing these two have in common is a healthy dose of mutual contempt. One day, the store owner confessed its dire financial state, so now they are both under the imminent threat of unemployment, and one of them will soon be cut from the payroll. Neither of them are willing to step down from their position, so they strike a bargain. Whoever has more sales in December gets to stay after the new year, and the loser resigns. And of course, Gabby, because she loves the holidays, she has a lifetime's worth of festive tricks up her sleeve. So she really believes that she could easily outsell her nemesis, except Jonathan turns out to be a strong rival. And worst of all, as the pressure mounts to save the bookshop and her job, Gabby meets a new, tender side of Jonathan. This book is a slow burn. It is enemies or like rivals to lovers, holiday rom-com, and it's perfect for fans of The Hating Game and You've Got Mail. My next recommendation is Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borson. It was very popular last year. The setting of this book is a Christmas tree farm that Stella, our main character, loves since she was a kid. And this farm is just dying. There is a pasture of dead trees, the raccoons are taking over, and shipments have mysteriously gone missing. So in an effort to save her favorite Christmas tree farm, Stella enters a contest with the Instagram famous influencer Evelyn to not only gain publicity but also the $100,000 cash prize. There is just one problem. To make the farm seem like a romantic destination for the holidays, she lied on her application and said she owns the Lovelight Farm with her boyfriend. Only, you guessed it, she has no boyfriend. That's when we meet her best friend Luca. He just stopped by for some hot chocolate and somehow got a farm and a serious girlfriend in the process. The more they pretend to be in love with the whole town seemingly rooting for their love story, the more it becomes clear that there is something very real in this fantasy they have created. This book is the first romantic comedy in the Lovelight series, and Luca will make you swoon. He's so patient and understanding and funny. And if you're not a fan of the weird third act breakup, it does not exist in this book. So I highly recommend this one too. So my next recommendation is called Wreck the Halls. It's a novel by Tessa Bailey. It was published at the beginning of October, and with this novel, Tessa Bailey delivers a sexy, hilarious, standalone holiday rom-com about the adult children of two former rock stars who team up to convince their estranged mothers to play at a Christmas Eve concert. The reviews for this book are full of praise for Tessa Bailey's unique, entertaining plots and her signature theme. and I think it's a wonderful read for the Christmas and winter season. Next up is The Christmas Fix by the best-selling author of Things We Never Got Over, Lucy Score. This was also published at the beginning of October. In this book, we follow Kat. Something happens and Kat is trying to save the Christmas festival, but there is only one thing standing in her way, is the grumpy town manager, Noah. Noah is a single dad, and a late season hurricane turns his town into a disaster. He's left scrambling to pick up the pieces, wanting to save the Christmas festival. Until Kat arrives. She's a home renovation expert and a reality TV star. She comes with like a camera crew and a budget big enough to put the town back together again. But Noah doesn't want a celebrity diva capitalizing on their tragedy or filling his young daughter's head with visions of glitz and glam. And Kat is used to being underestimated, but Noah has an uncanny knack for getting under her skin. They don't seem to be able to be in a room together without rubbing each other in the wrong way. But these enemies have to work together to pull off a Christmas miracle. The author's note for this book says, "These enemies to lovers deliver the holiday feels with a dirty talking hero, ballsy blonde who never backs down, a steamy hot break the dining room table 60 times, and a small town that still believes in the magic of Christmas." And I'm so here for it. This book sounds so steamy and so funny, and I'm definitely going to try to pick up this one. And of course, I have to include my favorite genre in my recommendations. It is a fantasy romance book. It is called A Court of Sugar and Spice. This is a nutcracker romance retelling. We follow two sisters, Clara and Louisa, both in their 20s, and with their inheritance restricted until their marriage, they must live with their grandfather, Drosselmeyer. And one night, an accident brings to life one of the strange wooden dolls in Drosselmeyer's mansion, the Nutcracker doll, which turns out to be a cursed fey prince. And he pleads for the sisters' help. During their journey into the fey realm, Clara encounters the handsome sugar plum fairy. It's just so funny. And he promises her the chance to enact all the forbidden fantasies she has dreamed of. Meanwhile, Louisa and the Nutcracker Prince battle and bicker over everything, despite the growing attraction between them. And to make matters worse, the entire Seelie Kingdom is under threat of conquest by the Rat King, ruler of the Dread Court. This is an adult, spicy and steamy fantasy romance retelling of the Nutcracker fairy tale, and I guarantee you, you will never look at the Nutcracker the same. So that was my last recommendation for the video. I wish you happy holidays, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so we can become bookish friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!